Hello everyone, it's Dr. Gupta at the Dermatology Laser and Vein Center, and I'm going to walk you through a Thermidry procedure which helps to reduce sweat glands in the underarm area. And this is the only area of the body where we can use a technology like this to permanently disable and get rid of the sweat glands. We of course treat hyperhidrosis in other parts of the body such as the scalp, forehead, face, hands, feet, underarms, groin area, even the lower back we've treated before, and all of those areas respond beautifully to Botox, as does the underarm. But in this case, the patient wants a longer lasting result. So we're going to use the AccuTite technology to temperature control, heat the sweat glands and actually disable them using a tiny little probe that will be inserted under the skin through a little needle puncture. So this is a completely awake procedure, and it's done with local numbing, so the patient will be numbed and then he won't feel anything after the lidocaine goes in. And then we'll put the little probe and just kind of feather it under the skin so that we get a uniform coverage with that heat under the skin, and it will disable the sweat glands and can give really long-term results for our patients. So it's just a great way to get rid of underarm sweating, and you can now watch the procedure. So we're going to make a little puncture here with an 18 gauge needle, and this should be enough for our AccuTite probe. If I'm using BodyTite or FaceTite, then I'll sometimes use a little sharp 11 blade that just makes a puncture through the skin. That's slightly larger, but in this case, this is our 18 gauge needle puncture wound here, and I'm going to put a little bit of a gel on the skin, and that's just for the probe to slide a little easier on the surface of the skin. There's a temperature sensor on this end of the probe that touches the skin, and there's a temperature sensor on the probe that goes into the skin. We've set our temperature at about 65 degrees Celsius inside, and we want to achieve a temperature of about 42 degrees Celsius externally. So the machine is going to keep track of that for us as we do this procedure, and I'm just going to slip the probe under the skin here through that little 18 gauge needle puncture. This is of course a great procedure for what we're doing right now, which is treating hyperhidrosis of the underarms. But I also love using this procedure for areas of the face, such as the forehead, to get a forehead lift, the under eye area, and it also does really, really well with the upper eyelids for tightening, and the chin area and the jowls. So here we go with administering the energy, and you can hear these little beeps that give us an indication of how it's heating below. And just going to fan it through the area. You can sometimes hear little pops and crackles, and that's usually the fat cells just kind of dying as well. But we don't have to worry about fat loss with a procedure like AccuTite. So when it makes that kind of a sound, it tells you it has achieved the goal temperatures under the skin and on the surface.